Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in HOI4. Today we're going to be playing in the Fuhrerreich mod, which is based on the book within the Kaiserreich universe, the one that you get the event pop up for, Our Finest Hour. Essentially, this is what people in the Kaiserreich universe would think would happen if the Entente won World War I. It's a weird mod. We played it a handful of times in the past, but I thought, why not check it out once again, because we are going to be taking a quick 2 to 3 roughly week break from Kaiserreich. Hopefully it gets updated within that time frame. So we do have some research slots. We have 4 available, so let's go with 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. Basically get all of our... No. We want the 1936 rifles. Thank you very much. Yes. To get those all going, we have 99 factories. 26, 13, 60. I think that's pretty good for us to start out with. So we're going to go for a handful of military construction. Let's just say in Paris and into here. Do we, as France in this universe, do we have really bad war support, really bad attack? But I don't think we have the massive debuffs that vanilla France has in HOI4. So if that's the case, then we're looking pretty okay. Right now our faction consists of us and Italy. The British are kind of doing their own thing with their... Imperial Protection League, whatever they want to call it. I see some more factories as well. What are our fortresses looking like? We have level 5s across the border. Let's make those into, let's say, level 6s. And also, why not extend those as far out as we possibly can. I think that seems like a good idea. You are just here. The Dutch are in the German faction, because they've kind of gone with a with Dresler here. So we'll see what they do. It doesn't really matter so much quite yet. So we could watch on the Rhine, 35 days for some army experience. Wouldn't be too bad. Not capitulated. The budget has not come in, so we can't do any of that. We might really only be able to do some industry for an empire. Do we want industry, or do we want to go for a military stuff? I think we probably want to go for industry first. 5% production efficiency cap seems pretty good. We are starting off with 52 divisions, which I think is a pretty decent way for us to start. We got Philippe Pétain in charge of the military. We'll put you in charge here. I'm going to put these guys on the border with Italy, because I'm pretty sure Italy can leave the faction. I think they can actually join up with Germany, or they can join up with the Soviets, depending on how things go in the future. You're at 20. Let's send you up to 24. You guys will then be on the border just with France. We'll have a handful more people ready to sit in the Rhineland. We'll get you guys here. You're now at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And is that all of our troops? The answer is no. We got you here. And we have some people, of course, in all of our colonies as well. Just send them all up to Europe, because we don't really want them to be anywhere else. And luckily, like, most of our territory is kind of administered by puppet states, which does make things simpler for us. But you guys right now, you're going to put all of your troops in the Rhineland. Because the Rhineland could be annexed by the Germans. For like build 0.4, thank you very much. All new events. Sure, why not? Also prepare like some basic invasion of Germany. One line goes here. One line goes away towards Munich. Yeah, one line goes towards Munich. And I guess you just prepare to invade Italy. I'm not too sure if we will have to invade them. Like, that's one of the things I'm not too sure. Indian Rebellion in 1935. We do have some military factories as well. We're missing 5. We have a decent amount of storage on everything except for aircraft. So I think we are going to want to go for, let's say, 1, 1, 3 on you. Just more planes. The carrier bombers and fighters, I don't care about. Mostly, I don't think aircraft carriers are actually like that good. I might be wrong on that, but I still don't think they're actually really worth it. And aside from that, let us go for you. We cannot do that because I need to actually take our Army and Navy experience. Thank you very much. Now we'll save that. Actually, I could make you even better. Torpedoes, we'll go for you. Save that. And now, build up a handful of our decent submarines. Show only submarines, thank you. And we'll crank out some of those guys as well. We are a little bit low on rubber. We'll get that from the British. I think that seems okay. And now we can kind of get the ball rolling for sure. We're good on you. Unknown manpower is kind of bad, but we should be able to resolve that. We'll read this in a moment. Look, do we have any penalties for recruit population? Yes, we do. 25% because the memories of Verdun, which makes sense. Verdun, kind of like a shitty time for those involved. But the Third Republic. The Second French Empire came to the end in 1871 with the defeat in the Franco-Prussian War, and the Third French Republic swiftly took its place. The French defeat in the Franco-Prussian War left them bitter and spiteful towards the Germans, and this feeling would last another 40 years before they were allowed to the revenge on the fields of the Great War. With the end of the world's most devastating conflict in 1919, the French were quick to enforce harsh demands upon the German nation for responsibility for damages caused by a war and seemingly insurmountable series of debt payments, destroy the German economy, and help bring France back to their hegemonic status in Europe. These economic burdens placed upon Germany, as well as the Allied occupation of the Ruhr and the Rhineland, forced Germany to default on its debts, and the nation went bankrupt. When the German reparation payments stopped coming in, the French were forced to invade the Rhineland region and set up an inter-allied joint commission to administer the region. Along with this invasion of the Rhineland, the Saarland was occupied directly by the French army, in direct opposition from the Italians, British, and the Americans, who had all participated in the occupation of the Rhineland. With the concession, the German reparation payments in 1933, exploitive of both the Rhineland and Saarland decreased dramatically, leading to the Saarland being incorporated into the French Republic as the Saar Department. By 1936, the ruling bloc national continues to dominate French politics, seemingly unaware of resurgent German power. Vive la France! I'm trying to think, what can we do? Like, who can we actually bring into this alliance? Try out the 1936 election. Really can't go that. Like, we can't really do too much. We basically have to stay as a democracy as France no matter what, as far as I can tell. Belgium, I guess, doesn't matter so much. What about you? Listen, Luxembourg's just kind of here. Okay. So, Belgium doesn't matter so much because we do own this region here. We're going to strengthen your government. I know at some point, when can you expand the TST? That's not what we're worrying about. You're going to purge your opposition. That's fine. It's not any of these. I think it's, pan-German policy. You need at least 750,000 men on the field, and you need to expand the TST. At that point, you can start making some claims. Yeah, national referendums. It's actually, you need like 1 million manpower, so it does take you a while to get down there. So the 1936 national budget. The annual budget report has finally come in, determining what funds the government has available to allocate to different ministries and government services. For the third year in a row, we've come up several million francs short of our projected spending capacity, and nobody has been able to determine whether these funds are going. This issue has raised several concerns of rampant and widespread corruption throughout the government and has gone unnoticed for the better part of the 1930s. And many are still urging that the Special Investigation Council be created in order to find the source of the missing funds. Consumer goods fat 20%! You know, your goddamn mind? That's insane. Well, fine. We'll go down to, let's say, 2 factories. Because I do want these fortifications to be built at some point. We can wreck the average content confidence. We can recognize the Soviets as being a legitimate government of Russia. So we need more confidence within our Entente. I'm assuming the Italians will leave if this drops too much. Can't do you. Most of those things are too expensive. So I guess 25. I mean, there's a lot of people who actually. Let's say in here if you are unbroken neutrality, political wounds. Okay, you are a council member. You are just. I'm assuming you're not a council member. No, because you are a socialist. You are a council member. You're a council member. You're a council member. Bryn is not a council member. Maybe the Americans are. They are not. So I'm assuming it might be just like kind of. Czechs are. Polish are. They're a little bit worried about what Lithuania is doing. That's okay. Well, what does this give us? At peace? Invite council members to join our faction. We have a 90% confidence. Well, let's recognize Soviet Union. They might be able to help us out in the war with Germany. I don't know if that's going to boost or lower our points here. You do not like me. Different ideology and base. That's fine. A peaceful ending at midnight. George King V is dead, which is not a huge surprise because he always dies. He doesn't live very long. He's an old man. I think he has cancer. I think. The final decision on the status of the USSR. After hours of arguing, the delegates gathered to make a decision on the status of the USSR. Pro-recognition delegates argue that the USSR is too powerful a nation to ignore, and ideological obsession with the defeated whites does none of our nations good. With anti-recognition delegates argue that granting the Soviet any legitimacy will give inspiration to collectivists back home. We'll take our action as a sign of support. I mean, 5% more support? I will take it. We don't want to invade. Cutting Germany down the size. Germany hasn't. French Republic. Don't know why we'd ever want to attack the British, at least not right now. So if you get more, we can. We at least want. We want to get our way up to 95%, so I can actually invite 12 different countries into our faction, which goes to Romania, includes Serbia. I'm guessing basically everybody who was in the Entente in World War I. That makes actually a lot of sense. Of course, manpower is still hot garbage. We have actually taken a negative 35% penalty on that, which is not great. National budget. Watching the Rhine. Army experience. We can't do this. Can't do that. Eyes on the ground, eyes in the sky. Colonial divisions. Well, I guess for right now, let's try to see what's going on with the finances of France. Now there's miners striking. How dare you? A group of coal miners working around the city of Rouen ordered a limited strike, refusing to go to work and shutting down the industry across the region. Local police were sent in to restore order and to get the miners to go back to work, but the strike seemed as many as an example of the weakening power of a government. Sadly, there is not a great deal that we can do to fix the situation, as the local government seems to have no intention of stamping the strikes out, and the government has ushered us to act carefully lest the strike spread to other provinces. Okay, so we lose some stability, lose a little bit of political power. That's fine. We actually have 71% stability, which I think is pretty good. We are a parliamentary republic. I don't know if any of this matters. Always false no matter what. So, okay. Not worry about that. Still looking pretty bad on you. We get another head of intelligence. And I think we can change these people in the future, which is nice. It actually allows us to do more stuff with our political power than you would see with, and then in Kaiserreich, which you're not allowed to change out your ministers. I don't know why they've changed that, but... And there's also war going down in Spain. Is there anyone who I would want to support? Probably the French Republic, who is a council member. You're not fighting the socialists, but I feel like that wouldn't last too long. You can send 3 units in. Or we could send in aircraft. How many units do you have? 15 to 40. Is anybody else sending volunteers here? Not as far as I can tell. So you know what? Send air volunteers. We will be able to send in 261 planes, which I think is pretty good. And then we go to our air maps. How many planes do I actually have? I have 1.2 thousand. That's pretty good. I will take that. And since I'm expecting to not run into any... What are you? Your naval bombers? I'm not expecting to run into any actual, like, resistance here. I think I can probably send you in as well. Yes, I can. Fantastic. So we're going to do strategic bomb... Not strategic, but air support, close air support. Over all of Iberia. So that should hopefully give you guys some decent modifiers, at least as much as we can actually possibly give you. Again, seeing as nobody else actually has an air force, we should be good no matter what. I mean, we could send actual units in as well. We could send in 3 divisions. So we have... I could send in tank divisions. And you know what? Do I have anybody... You're a panzer leader. Fantastic. Do I have another panzer? I do. Let's send all 3 of you guys into Spain. I think that makes a decent amount of sense. We could get war propaganda. 1% war support is pretty good. So you know what? Let's do that. War propaganda against nationalist Spain. And who do we want to kill first? The monarchist. I'm assuming... Probably... Okay, I'm assuming Republican Spain is our side. Socialist Spain, of course, is the USSR. Nationalist Spain will join Germany. And I'm assuming monarchist Spain would join the British faction. That makes the most amount of sense to me about, like, what the different sides will do, assuming they actually have a long live the king, ban nationalist and socialist militias, kill the Republicans. I'm not actually seeing any faction. Oh, no, there it is. Invite British investors. So I'm assuming something. There we go. That they would invite the British. So first things first, I guess we want to kill the nationalist first, because I think that makes sense for us. Because we don't want them to join the Germans. The national budget, the initial report. Special Investigation Council has given the Prime Minister, Louis Martin, Louis Martin. Their initial report on the missing funds. Unfortunately, they've been unable to come up with a source of deficit and have found that the Ministry of the Interior and the Ministry of Colonial Affairs are the ones suffering the most from the lack of funds. The SIC has requested permission to investigate both the armed forces and the industrialist. There's had the large-scale investment operation that has gone unnoticed for several years. We could do that. Watch on the Rhine. Recon Company is kind of like garbage, though. You remove Legacy of the Great War, which would be really, really nice. Yeah, we need to do that. We need, like, what is the mod? Actually, no, Legacy of the Great War is to you. Is there anything about Verdun? Verdun. You remove Memories of Verdun. Okay. So actually, we don't want this. We want to make our way down to you. So, cheaper weapons or more cap. Mass mobilization. Attack plus 2%. You're actually just cheaper weapons already. A bunch of guns for free. I think we're going to go for quality weapons instead of just a lot of them. We'll remove our penalties here. Send our troops probably up towards this river. Push way towards Burgos. There we go. Our 3 divisions have arrived. We'll send you over to this front. Can I actually give you a better tank upgrade as well? Yeah, Panzer Expert. For sure. I don't have points for that, so, you know, never mind. It was a funny joke. Yeah, please make your way over in this direction as well as you can. So I don't know when the socialists will fight the Republicans, because I'm assuming that's going to happen given enough time. Industrial renovation kind of is garbage. I honestly don't care that much about building slots. And our war support, negative 50%. It's bad. It's not great. But remove that soon. Reintegrate. I'm going to set Siam. Can't do anything with you. Press our puppet claim in Iberia. We don't have any puppets here. And I don't care what the British are doing, because I don't think the British are going to necessarily be like an early game threat. Actually, I might as well spread you guys to be on 2 separate provinces like that. So one guy goes here and around. Our air support should be doing pretty well. I mean, actually, the Republicans are losing some territory, which I don't appreciate. So our air superiority is giving us 11% of a boost. It's giving you guys a 10% penalty, which is pretty good. Again, seeing as nobody else should have. So that's the negotiations happening in India. You are defending government. Okay, so that is happening in China, which we don't care too much about. The British Raj is looking pretty powerful. Wonder if it's 76. The socialists are pushing their way through a little bit. And do we actually have a opinion boost with the Soviets? A small one. Right, we recognize the USSR. Right now, Nikolai Yezhov is in charge. I don't know. I don't think I know who that is. At least I can't recall. You do another decision available. Which one are you? Cut red tape. Promote the status quo. Pressure decision cap for 210 days. I don't think I really want either of you. Your stability goes up for a little less political power gain. I think that's completely okay. Cut that red tape. We don't need it. We got a quality weaponsmith, so we're going to keep on going down here. Is there anything that would stop us from just No, there's nothing stopping us from just rushing down here. They do get a little bit more expensive the further down we go, but I still think it's more than worth it. We've almost pushed our way through to you. How much manpower do you guys have? You have about 300,000. You're at about 400,000. You guys in the south at about 100, and you guys are at probably like 750, which is it's a lot. So you're all here. Delete this line. We do have a better rifle, which of course we're going to immediately switch our way out with. There we go. We have 40,000 rifles that we need to upgrade, and I'm sure that won't be a problem. We're going to try to push our way straight through if we can. We cannot. Low supply. Okay, so everything's basically bad. Why is supply so bad here? Supply's bad. It's not actually just not getting here. Okay, delete all your plans then. Because of this area, I don't know if it's like glitched or whatnot. We'll send you down towards the south then. If that's the only thing that makes any sense. You can see that the King of Spain's moved some troops around. And you are at war, I think, with your African colonies. Yes, the African colonies have declared independence from Portugal itself. That's okay. We'll go for you. Get the reinforcement rate. And this line does not need to be this long. I only want it in this very particular province. We're going to take bot host from you guys. Once our tanks arrive, we can hopefully do a little bit of breakthrough damage. You guys are taking some... only 3% penalty, which actually is not that fantastic. You're all hills. We can make some dents here. What is your problem? We are missing production efficiency on anti-tank weapons. I guess we can just kind of throw them in there for now, even though we're not going to... We care about them more than these carrier fighters, for sure. Get rid of both those. I know we don't have them being built. I don't care. I don't think it's really that much I have to worry about. Yes, I got more attack. Cheaper weapon than artillery. I will absolutely take it. But here's some naval bases. Government stuff getting set up. Investigate the army or investigate the capitalist. Not too sure who makes the most amount of sense. Either way, you're 50 political power. I'm assuming you probably want to investigate both in the end. But I think for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. Thanks for watching, my name is Anthem. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Not enjoyed, click thumbs down. Or subscribe, and goodbye.